What are you doing to ensure that this constitution works for every South African? Therefore, because of the critical role that the Constitutional Court and the judiciary in general has to play in transforming our society through the Constitution, we owe it to this country and generations to come to make sure that we don't have a compromised judiciary. We have got to be interested to know how people get to be appointed to office. You have got to observe carefully. You have got to watch carefully how people are being interviewed, because there are times when you can tell certain people are being shielded from being asked critical questions. And the question is, when that happens, who is doing it and what is the agenda? How can you have an independent and competent judge or magistrate who, when questions are sought to be put to him or her, people build a scrum around him or her? Any competent judge or magistrate or a candidate aspiring to be appointed to that position must demonstrate his or her capacity by fielding the toughest of questions. But if people are now caucusing about a certain candidate, you must know there is an attempt to corrupt the judiciary. You must know there is an attempt to capture the judiciary. And a captured judiciary will never be able to use the Constitution as an instrument of transformation. Because any captured member of the judiciary will simply be told or will know in advance, when so and so are involved, I better know my place. Or when certain issues are involved, well, the decision is known in advance. So and so can't lose. Be on the lookout, be vigilant, and be forceful in making uncomfortable anybody who seeks to establish a pliable judiciary. Madiba himself said, our constitutional democracy hinges on the judiciary. Guard the judiciary jealously. And another way of doing so is being very critical of us when we do wrong things. Madiba said, I hope I'll find the quotation having not been reading. Well, I remember it anyway. He said, one of the things we needed to do as judges is to give reasons for our decisions that an ordinary man can understand. You must be worried when you read a judgment and you are struggling to make sense of it. Judges were enjoined by Madiba, and they ought to know, we ought to know, that partly we account through our judgments to the public. Now, if you write in such a way that the public can't even understand what you are doing, what kind of accountability is that? We don't write for lawyers, we don't account to lawyers only, we account to every South African citizen.